Hello and welcome to our channel. Thank you very much for taking some time to listen to a Dhamma talk. We trust you'll be blessed in your practice of the Dhamma. Today's talk is entitled The 5 Hindrances, and these are hindrances to our ability to concentrate. If we can't concentrate, we can't focus the mind will just be wild, it will proliferate, it will fabricate, it will imagine, it will carry on in all directions, and we'll be unsuccessful in practicing the mindfulness that's so essential to our success. So, there's lots of vocabularies that various translations use to define these 5 hindrances. I'm going to list 5 and then another 5 in more detail. So number one is lust. It doesn't mean simply physical or sensual, sexual lust. It means the craving for all kinds of sensual experiences. The malice, that's not liking. Malice is really we want to do harm to someone that we don't like. Another, number 3, by some definitions, is despondency. This is a kind of mental attitude that keeps us from the right effort that we need to be making. It's going to be detailed in a moment. Agitation, and the 5th one is doubt. So now using another set of vocabulary, and I have to go a little bit quickly because 10 minutes is not nearly enough. The first one is sensual desire, craving, wanting, wishing, expecting, demanding, liking, and loving. These emotions are part of a thought process that we have, and every thought that we have has an emotion connected with it, and this is a list of some of the emotions that can be connected to various thoughts that we have. I don't think they need further explanation. We all know what sensual desire is, or craving, wanting, etc. The second hindrance that's keeping us from concentrating, from quieting the mind, that's all concentration is. It's focusing the mind on a meditation object and not letting it wander off into these positive or sensual ideas, fabrications that the mind is inclined to do when it's not trained. So the second one are the opposites of this number 1. It's anger, hatred, aversion, disliking, rejecting. So it's love-hate, like-dislike, wanting, not wanting, wishing, and trying to keep things at bay, etc. Expecting, and then rejecting or being disappointed when our expectations aren't met. The third one is mental and physical laziness. The previous word was despondency, but we can be lazy mentally all day long, never using the mind to practice self-awareness or deepen our ability to concentrate. And of course, it's very easy to be physically lazy. An image would be someone just laying on the sofa watching TV all day. That's both physical and mental laziness. And right effort is the antidote to having mental or physical laziness. without effort, it's impossible. I'm just going to say it's impossible to be successful at anything. Recently, the Olympics concluded, and those athletes are fabulous examples of making the extreme effort that it takes to compete against the athletes of the world to be the best. They also practice very diligently mental concentration. They don't allow their minds to entertain thoughts that of being defeated, being inadequate, etc. So sports are a very physical and mental discipline that we can appreciate and we can mimic in our own life. The number 4 is distractions, remorse, regret, guilt, anxiety, worries. I've mentioned before, our culture seems to be convulsed with anxiety and worries. Regret is also something that is not helpful. We can't change anything with our regret. We can't change anything with our guilt, but we can use them. We should use them. We need to use them to inspire us not to make those mistakes again. They should be an opportunity for us to learn from our previous bad behaviors, or our bad speech, our wrong speech, and the wrong kinds of thoughts that are keeping us out of nibbana. And the 5th of the 5 hindrances are doubting the Buddha, doubting the teachings of the Buddha, the Sangha, those people who've been successful practicing these teachings, and especially doubting one's own ability or capacity to succeed in Dhamma practice. Recently, I talked about the 5 fetters, those things that are keeping us imprisoned in a mental state that is the opposite of liberation or freedom or pure mind. And doubt was one of those fetters, and here we see it again as one of the hindrances. So I'm not going to repeat myself about how doubt is an obstacle to our own success. In every case, our job is to notice, to find, to become awake, to be aware of the ways that these hindrances and these fetters are keeping us out of the, quote, kingdom of heaven, out of us, keeping us from a pure land, Dhamma land, holy land, keeping us from our Buddha nature. So use these hindrances to wake yourself up. You can't wake up if you're not practicing mindfulness. It's just impossible. Not practicing mindfulness is a mental weakness. It's a mental laziness. We have to train the mind to practice moment by moment, and this training is arduous, as the training to be a great athlete requires strong determination and patient perseverance. The Buddha has outlined these things to help us wake up. We have been blessed by coming in contact with the Buddha and his teachings, and now it's on us to practice according to these teachings, that we too may discover our Buddha nature. Thank you for reaching the end of this talk. May it be a blessing to you in your practice.